The Peguis First Nation is the biggest Native community in Manitoba, and as we've been telling you, its band council makes the biggest bucks. Bigger, in fact, than even the premier of the entire province. The man in charge of Peguis First Nation says the controversy is way overblown. Chief Glenn Hudson also calls it a campaign by his political enemies, and the chief joins me now from Winnipeg. Chief, help me to understand why this is overblown.
Well, I guess in terms of making comparisons to the premier, you certainly cannot do that. I know his base salary, as mentioned, is more than mine, and when it comes down to travel and other perks and benefits, if you add them all up significantly, the premier would make a lot more than we do as leaders.
Your salary was roughly $175,000 a year. You had other remuneration at $48,000. Boy, that's a heck of a lot of other remuneration. What was that other stuff?
Well, I sit on a lot of boards across the country and even within Manitoba, and a total of 9, as a matter of fact, and we're paid accordingly to attend those board meetings as far as honoraria goes, and that's what that reflects. I guess maybe it's the fact that I'm being too busy and creating more opportunity for us as First Nations.
You know what I want to know, though, is everybody's been scaling back. Everybody's been feeling the pinch.
Yep.
You know, and yet here you are coming out with a salary that can be mind-boggling for people in your community who are struggling. What do you say to them?
Well, I think those are two different issues. I guess as far as scaling back, we have scaled back as of April 1st of 2009, where we put ceiling limits for both chief and council. And I guess when it comes down to people living in conditions that they are, that's what we're out there trying to correct and trying to make better, because it's the federal government that's responsible for those situations when our funding is only 2% increase, and yet our population is beyond 7.5%. Our funding certainly doesn't keep up with the growth of our population.
You got to admit, though, politics is somewhat about optics. Do you think the optics look bad here?
Well, certainly the optics are meant to make us look bad, but I know for a fact that there's no other First Nation leader in Manitoba that has brought $190 million in claims, potential claims, back for their community, and I know no other First Nation leader holds an engineering degree like I do, and I guess as far as optics are concerned, that's a matter of opinion on what these levels are, but certainly we are accountable to our people, and we are transparent, and they're fully aware of what we make, and I guess there'll be even opinions within. So.
Yeah, the mayor of Toronto, he deals with, what is it, about 3 million people in Toronto, $166,000 a year. Councillors make $99,000 a year. You had a councillor making $251,000, charged an extra $59,000 in travel expenses. What did you say? Did you say, you know, that's
well, certainly that's the reason why we had reduced those salaries as of April of 2009, and certainly that's some of the former regime, that their practices that were in place and that were uncovered, and we have taken steps to address it. So I think we're doing our job in terms of accountability and transparency, and certainly, again, it's a matter of opinion, but you cannot compare apples to oranges here.
So what would be apples to apples?
Apples to apples, I guess the mayor of Toronto, if you include his travel, his perks, his other remuneration for sitting on various committees or boards, I'm sure he collects, and even their pension, which we don't have any type of pension, it would be substantially higher than what it's listed as their base salary.
Is there any possibility or any thought to putting, you know, further caps now that this is out in the open and you're being criticized for it by, you know, various points? It's not the first scandal to hit your community. How do you deal with it?
Well, I guess as far as taxation goes, in our treaties, we weren't supposed to be taxed, but as treaty people, we do pay taxes. I just want to set that for the record. And when it comes down to taxpayers' money, I guess we don't want taxpayers' money. We want a share of the natural resource wealth of this country, which we opened up for settlement and for treaty. And we want to have that benefit come back to our communities, and that's what we continue to fight for. Unfortunately, you know, it's a matter of opinion when these criticisms do come out, but I'm certainly one not to run from them. We'll address them, but we got to make fair comparisons, yes.
Maybe you need a raise.
Maybe I need a what, sorry?
Maybe you need a raise. All the work you're doing.
Yeah, there's a lot of good work that's being done, and I think, like I say, people at home, I think they're happy with the outcome in terms of some of the things that we're bringing back, but certainly there's a lot more work that needs to be done.
Chief Hudson, I want to thank you for taking the time to talk to us so openly.
Thank you.
That's Chief Glenn Hudson of the Peguis First Nation talking to us from